And a fitness journey will teach you that. It'll show you that success is simple and it's going to be tough, but that those tough times are going to develop you into the person that you're meant to become, and that will set you up to have the skill sets that you need to reach success. Welcome to the Daily Effort Podcast. My name is Sam, and if it's your first time listening, welcome. If you've listened before, welcome back. I really appreciate you. And this podcast, what it's all about is really uncomplicating success. That's my main focus, is communicating. How can you see that success is simple but still difficult at the same time? So everything that I cover here, you should be able to apply to your career, your fitness, your family, just in all aspects of your life. So that's my hope. I'm going to give you the things that I have seen to work for me, and in hopes that, okay, you will implement them and it will help you as well. Now, I still have a long ways that I want to go. Like, there's still a lot of different things that I want to accomplish, but I've seen success in some areas of my life, and I've seen success up until this point so far. So I'm going to just continue to share what's working for me, so then you can take it and apply it to your life and reach that level of success that you want. And it's always going to come down to simple things that you need to do on a daily basis. That daily effort that's going to get you to where you want to go. So that's what this whole podcast is about. As far as what we're going to be covering and what I'm going to be covering today, is I'm going to be covering 4 things that fitness taught me that actually apply to success in life. And when I say life, that can mean your career and any other thing. Honestly, it's just going to apply to life in general, help set you up for success. So I'm going to touch on those 4 things. First one's going to be discipline. Second one's going to be planning. Third is going to be patience. And the fourth is going to be self-awareness. So it's not in any particular order, but I'm going to step through those and we're going to talk about them. Now, if it is your first time listening, because I know obviously the question that does come up pretty frequently is, how often do I roll out episodes? And I'm going to roll out an episode every single Monday. I'll roll out an episode at 5 a.m. every single Monday, so then you can listen to it on your commute or maybe listen to it later on in the week. So that's what I will be doing as of right now. And then as time goes on, I'll probably start to release more. So you can listen to it on Spotify or watch it on YouTube. And my only ask is that if you do get value from an episode, please just share it. Share it on social media. A few of you have done that. It means a whole lot. People like Stacy, Warren, those are the 2 that pop into my mind. I know Justin as well. So it means a lot to see that. So I really, really appreciate y'all and just the continued support that y'all show me. So that's a layout about everything. Can't talk. So we're going to dive right in and get going with the episode today, because when I talk about really achieving the level of success that you want in your life, in my personal opinion, that you always have to start with yourself. If you're wanting to see some type of success, you have to personally grow yourself. You got to grow. If you don't grow, if you don't get better, good luck trying to accomplish what you want. That's just the truth. And growth is a hard thing, and it's really easy just due to social media to look across the landscape of it and see things and just start to assume that reaching the success that you want in your life, whatever that might look like, because I did a part 1 and part 2 of success, and I was talking about that. So if you go back the last episode and 2 episodes ago, it will be a good listen, because I even talk about how do you define success, because success means different things to different people. But when it comes to you defining or really reaching that level of success that you want, it's really easy to think that it's going to be easy, or it's not going to take maybe as long as you think, or I would say it might not. You might not know, or you might think that the level of work you have to put in is not that great. And it's just not true. The more I go on through life, and here's the truth, I'm still young, I'm only 30, but the thing I'm learning over and over again is, when it comes to achieving a goal or what you want in life, it's always going to take longer than you think, and you're going to have to work harder than you think. Those are 2 simple things I've always have learned over and over and over again. And if you are going to set yourself up for success, for achieving the things that you actually want, well, then you gotta start to develop grit within yourself and discipline and a lot of other skill sets. And in my opinion, taking your fitness journey seriously is one of the best things that you can do. It's one of the best things that I did that truly set me up for success, or started to set me up for success, because there's just so many skill sets you will learn when you have to really get your life under control from a physical standpoint, because being able to eat the right things, work out consistently, drink water, sleep, do all those things, it is not easy. And it's so easy just to not do those things. And most of us would honestly not want to do them. We'd rather not do them. And I've been in fitness for a number of years now, and I'm still at the point where a lot of days that I wake up to go work out, well, I don't want to do it. And not at all. Most days I will say I don't want to do it. And I have to make sure that I force myself to go and get it done. And then there's some days that are good. And then some days the pre-workout gets me there. So, and again, pre-workout is an amazing thing. Caffeine is a blessing on the days that you're dragging. But if you want one tip to start growing and start learning skill sets and just character qualities and traits that you're going to need to get to where you want to go in life, whatever success looks like for you, take your fitness journey seriously. Go get results. If you're overweight, get in shape. And also, if you are in shape, well, guess what? Get in better shape, because it's really easy to think that, oh, well, I've made it. I'm doing okay. I like where I'm at. You've already lost. Because you've already stopped seeing how can you get a little bit better, and complacency is already starting to set in, and then you're going to start going down a path of not growing and getting better. And I've seen this to be true over and over and over and over again in my life. But when things are off whack, when it comes to my fitness journey and I'm not really locked in, a lot of other things are off. But now, I'm not saying just because you are physically fit, you're going to automatically be successful. That is not what I'm saying. But it can help, because it teaches you a lot of things that you need to actually be successful. So if you are wanting to set yourself up for success, you better get in shape, and you better continue to do that and see how good can you get at it. And again, this is where, and I say again, but this is where you have to make sure you don't yo-yo. And you might have seen success in fitness before, but maybe you've slipped. Well, when it comes to achieving the things that you want in life, you can't do that. You can't do it. Like, you can't just yo-yo really, really far one way and then go all the way back the other direction and get in shape and then go back the other direction. You can't, like, you got to learn how to stop doing that. Like, you have to learn, and I'm not saying that we're never going to slide back or struggle as humans. I'm not saying that, because look, there are times that I am not really as locked in on my fitness journey. What I mean by that is, well, I'm still tracking, I'm still working out, but I'm kind of just going through the motions. So I'm not necessarily sliding, but to me, I'm sliding. I'm not doing it with intent. But for you, it might be different. For you, maybe you struggle just staying consistent, eating well, staying consistent with doing your workouts. Okay, we'll get consistent with those things. Because I'm going to start diving in and talking about the things that fitness taught me that started to set me up for success. The first one I do want to start with discipline, because if I look back at when I first started my fitness journey, I was not perfect at it. When I started in high school, I did struggle. I didn't work out early in the morning. I tried that a lot, and I just couldn't do it. It wasn't until I was a little bit older that I started to do that. And I would say it probably wasn't until I was out of college that I started to do that. I did not like morning workouts. To be honest, I still don't like morning workouts. I do not like getting up early in the morning. If I could have my way, I would work out in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm pretty sure most of you are the same way. But so is life. And typically, like a lot of you, I don't have time to do it in the evening. If I don't do it in the morning, it's not getting done. That's just the truth, because once I get home, well, then Layla, my daughter, I'm going to be hanging out with her for, hour and a half max, and then she's going to bed. So I want to maximize that time I get to spend with her, and then also do my best to maximize the time spending with Amy. It's not an easy thing. So with that, when it comes to fitness early on, I typically worked out sometime in the afternoon or later on in the evening. But the thing that I started to learn, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I started to develop that consistency, learning how to show up and show up and show up and show up and show up, and just stick to something. And if I look at our society today, we're not great at sticking to stuff. We're very impatient, and we want things now. And that's most of the time that is just not how it works. If you're going to build anything great in life, it's going to take time. And you got to be okay settling in and just working for an extended period of time, and sometimes not seeing the success or the results that you actually want. That's how it is. And a fitness journey will teach you how to just settle in and work at one thing for days, for months, for years. Stay consistent with it and learn how to get a little better and a little better. But by sticking to that, you can start to develop your discipline muscle, because it is a muscle. It's not something that we are born with, because how you develop your discipline is by, there's going to be certain days when you're working out that you really don't want to do it, and then you go do it. Okay, well, you strengthened your discipline muscle there to a degree. It's like you made it a little bit stronger. You willed yourself into taking action. And then maybe there's some days that you don't want to work, and guess what? You skip. Well, here's the thing. You just weakened your discipline muscle in that case. It's very simple. So working out and taking your physical fitness seriously and working to get results will teach you discipline and set you up for a lot of success in other areas of life. Because what I will say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And most of the people that I see that are not in great shape are very inconsistent in most things. They're lackadaisical. They're very casual about things. They don't execute with urgency or intensity. And I see that. And it's just, now, not all the time. There's people that aren't in great shape that work very hard. I'm not saying people that are out of shape don't work hard, but 9 times out of 10, most of the time when I see someone that is not in great physical condition, well, they don't have a lot of urgency. They just kind of float through life, and they don't have a focused effort in a certain direction. So by working out and taking your fitness seriously, you can start to develop discipline. Second thing that fitness is going to teach you, that's going to be very important for life and anything that you want to do. And also, if you're going to achieve success, whatever that is to you, maybe it is money or a certain position in your career field, whatever it is, well, the thing that fitness is going to teach you is, how do you plan? It'll teach you to plan. And it'll also teach you how to adjust the plan. And that'll tie into my self-awareness piece a little bit later. But if you think about it, when you first started in fitness, you probably didn't have a workout plan. You went in and just did a bunch of random stuff inside the gym. And you didn't really have a plan when it came to your nutrition. And you really didn't have a plan when it came to your supplementation. You were just going in and you were winging stuff and doing it a little sporadically. And then you started to learn a little bit more. Then you picked a workout plan. And you started to stick to it and follow it, building the discipline muscle that we just talked about. But you were teaching yourself how to follow a plan. And then the cool thing is here, well, you started to teach yourself without even realizing it, well, how do you be aware if the plan is working or not? So you started to develop your self-awareness. And the self-awareness piece is very important because we have to be aware of, are we doing the things that are driving results or are they not? And when you're following a workout program, when it comes to, let's say, lifting weights inside the gym, and then also following a good nutrition plan, and then you have the supplements that you take as well, well, you're setting yourself up for success there. You're following something consistently over the course of week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. By 4 weeks, you should start seeing a result. And then if you're starting to see a result, honestly, if you're actually doing everything perfectly to a T, you could see results in a week and a half to 2 weeks. Most people just takes them a while to be consistent and do everything correctly. But if you see results, then you'll know that, okay, it's working. So you're developing your self-awareness. You're paying attention there. And a lot of times what we'll have the tendency to do is not take a step back and truly look at things to see how are they going. And why we don't do that is because we haven't developed self-awareness. But fitness can teach us that. Fitness can teach us to pay attention to those small details. And another thing that fitness can teach us when it comes to those small details is you start to figure out, well, what foods maybe upset your stomach, or what sits better for you, or what causes you bloating or not bloating. You start to really pay attention. You're going to be in tune with all of those things. And that's a good thing to be in tune with. But you only get in tune with those things and you only learn those things if you can go for an extended period of time. And that's where that self-awareness will really start to develop. But also, and I've talked about self-awareness a lot, the only way that you're truly going to start to be self-aware when it comes to stuff is making sure you ask yourself questions. Questions are the best way to take a step back and truly see things for how they are and not how you think they are. Those are two different things. And if you slow down and really start to look at how things are going on your fitness journey, look to see, am I starting to lift more weights? Am I following my nutrition plan? Am I hitting it consistently? What's my weight doing? What are my measurements doing? What do my progress pictures look like? As you start to ask yourself those questions, you start to be able to pull yourself back, zoom out, and see things from a 10,000-foot view. And then you'll start to understand maybe a little bit where you're missing, but also you'll start to understand the things you're doing well, because success leaves clues. And if you don't pay attention, you'll miss the clues and you won't know how to repeat success. So you can learn all of that just by going on a fitness journey for an extended period of time. When I say extended period of time, I'm saying sign up for life and just stick to it. Sign up and do it. And don't get out of it. Just simply buckle down and commit to it. And don't stop until you see the results that you want. You keep going. You keep figuring it out. You ask for advice. That's how it works. So when it comes to fitness, it can teach you discipline. It can teach you how to plan better. And then also it'll teach you self-awareness. But then the fourth and final thing that I'm going to touch on is fitness will teach you patience. It'll teach you patience. Because I said it earlier, and I'm going to continue to say it, but the level of success that you want, it's going to take time. If a goal you're working towards, if it is worthwhile, it will take time. And that's okay. That is okay. Everybody else wants to tell you that, well, it should be fast, it should be easy, you should get there sooner. No, that is not how it is. It shouldn't be fast. It shouldn't be easy. It should be hard. And we should accept that and be okay with it, because if we take a second and look at our life, anything in life that means a lot to us, it took a lot to get it. Think about maybe if you went to college, your degree. Are you pretty proud of it? Well, probably. You had to put in a lot of freaking work to get it. That's 4 years or more of your life. If you got a doctorate or even a master's, that's more than 4 years. If you're extremely smart, maybe not. But for me, it would be more, because I'm from Mississippi and people from Mississippi typically aren't that smart. So with that, that you should be proud of something like that. Or if you got kids, you spent years developing them and teaching them, and you see them accomplishing things. Okay, well, you should be proud of that. You probably are proud of it. Or maybe you have achieved results on a fitness journey. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight, or maybe you've added a lot of muscle and gotten a lot stronger inside the gym, and you're really proud of that. Well, yeah, you should, because it probably took a freaking long time. So anything, and that's when I said success leaves clues. That's one of the clues. One of the clues is anything worthwhile in life will be difficult. And that's how you want it. You want it hard. When things are difficult and you're struggling and you feel like you're beating your head against a wall, well, I'm not saying that it's always how it should be, just over and over and over and over and over again. But it is meant to be hard, because the tough things in life will make you into the person that you're meant to become, and it's going to develop the skill sets within you that you need to get to the level that you want to get to. Without it being difficult, you don't develop the skill sets, and you don't get to the level that you want to in life. It's how it is. That is how it is. I don't write the rules. I just do my best to play by them, and sometimes I do good at it, and sometimes I don't. That's how it is. So with the patience piece, you can, if you haven't gone on a fitness journey, being honest, you won't understand this piece. You won't understand the patience piece. Because for those of you who have been on a fitness journey and you've continued to go on it for a very extended period of time, you've learned how to be patient, and just settle in and enjoy the process and trust the process as well, and know that the results are going to come if you do what you're supposed to do. And when you first start a fitness journey, you don't have the belief that the results are going to come. You're blindly trusting the process. And that's a part of it. You have to be patient and trust that process until you see the results. And then you start to learn and then adjust things and get a little bit better and lean in and do more. All of it ties together. All of this ties together by being patient and continuing to go. Well, that means you're going to develop more discipline, and you're going to learn how to plan things better. And then you're going to develop this better self-awareness. All of it is tied together. And there's so many other skill sets fitness can teach you. These are just four that came to my mind that I wanted to share and that are important. So in closing, main thing I want you to do is take your fitness journey seriously. Take it seriously. Don't quit on it. Go do it. If you want to achieve a level of success in your life, it starts there. Because by taking that seriously and taking your own physical results and your just physical fitness, your level of physical fitness seriously, well, then you'll start to grow as a human. You'll go through tough things. You'll have to struggle on that journey, and that's going to create you into create you a little bit into the person that you want to become. And that's what you want. So, if you're not starting your fitness journey as of yet, I encourage you to start your fitness journey. We all were at that point in time where we hadn't started and we were a little fearful of it and everything like that. But just go. Just go. Because I can promise you it will be worth it when you look back over the course of time. So that's what I have for y'all. That's what I have for y'all. Just remember, when it comes to success, it's very simple. And a fitness journey will teach you that. It'll show you that success is simple. It comes down to doing simple things on a daily basis that get you to where you want to go. It's putting in that intentional daily effort every single day that will level you up. And it's going to be tough, but that those tough times are going to develop you into the person that you're meant to become, and that will set you up to have the skill sets that you need to reach success, whatever success is to you. So if I can help out in any way for you, please reach out. Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this. What has fitness done for you? I would love to hear about it. But other than that, have an awesome day. Have a great week, and God bless.